Let a man talk long enough, he will tell on his fucking self. Listen to me, ladies. Observe and report. Some of you guys are doing the most fucking work you have to do with these men. You don't have to do the most. All you have to do is observe. Just observe. Let them talk. They cannot help it. They will tell on themselves every single time. Stop talking. Let him do the talking. Let him yap. The more he yaps, the more he will tell on himself. This is a truth of life. I'm telling you as a 38-year-old who's been through it. Stop talking. Us women, we love to fucking talk, okay? We love a good yap sesh. You know what men don't do? Fucking talk. So the moment that you make them actually step up to the plate and fucking talk, they'll tell you everything you need to know. Absolutely everything you need to know will be told to you by that man from the fucking horse's mouth, okay? Just stop fucking talking. Observe, report, and fucking listen. Stop doing what you do with your girlfriends and doing this back and forth. Just shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth, and you will see exactly what that man likes, doesn't like, who he actually is, what lies he's telling you, all of it, all of it. All of it will be told to you in due time. Just shut the fuck up and listen. Observe and look at his actions. That's it. All right? That's absolutely fucking it. It's literally that simple. You guys are doing the most when the most doesn't need to be done. Just listen. That's it.
It legitimately feels like there is an age gap whenever I have a flirt with or go on a date with a guy who's my same age. I'm 23. I don't mean immature in a negative way at all. They just have this, vulnerability about them. They're just so open. You can look through their eyes and see all the way back to the back of their skull. Their heart directly on their sleeve. They are neither cool nor chill. I'm sure there are cool and chill guys at 23. I have never met one. I actually don't think they're real, but hypothetically, I'm sure they exist. The young guy is trying to act cool or chill. Usually he just comes off as arrogant and insufferable, so I don't interact with them. And they're very self-conscious. You give them any kind of tease or pushback and they start backpedaling so quick. I don't really dislike any of the traits I've just said. I just feel the age gap of the same age boys because I usually go for older. 3 to 5 years is kind of my age gap sweet spot, but I'll go older. I'm not even joking you that while I was filming this, the guy I was having a flirt with last night just texted me to apologize for wildin', apparently. Why are you self-conscious? What's wrong with you, bro?
Being in a relationship with a nice guy, smotheringly, feels exactly the same as when you go camping and you sleep in a tent and you get in your super warm sub-zero sleeping bag because it's cold at night. And then you sleep in and you wake up when the sun is high in the sky and the tent is still zipped and you're in that sleeping bag. That feeling where you are I need to get out. It's there's nothing else. You are all consumed by this deep panic feeling. You're scrambling. You get out of that thing. You usually have trouble with the tent zipper because of course you do. But the feeling of needing to get out of that relationship, like a smothering, too much kind of person, feels exactly like that to me. There's just this desperate primal scream that rises up inside of you as you're not quite sure what the feeling is, why it's not right, because you're warm, you're being taken care of. And then you're just oh my God, I'm suffocating. And yeah, that's exactly what that feels like. I really love metaphors. Sometimes they can do a lot more for us than just describing things. If anyone is stuck in one of those relationships, please unzip the tent and just run into the woods. You'll be okay. You might run into a bear, but no, you're gonna be okay. Get out. Get out.
Every time I see a fine ass man, I break neck. And then I see him with a baddie. I'm like, my bad queen. I didn't see you there. But then every time I see a baddie, I'll break neck as well. And I'll see her with a cockroach, respectfully. And I'm like, what is going on? What's going on? Why do I find that fine ass men always stay in their league, but women tend to dip? And I could get it if my girls get money bags. I'm saying I get it if my girls just in love. I'm not that superficial. I get you can fall in love with a cockroach. It happened to me a couple times. But let me find out that my queen is doing charity work, doing a Make-A-Wish Foundation, and then he's gonna dog her out. I swear, every time I pass a baddie that's with a cockroach, I'm like, girl, you are stunning. Look directly at him. She's stunning. And just so you know, if you play her to the upteenth degree, she's gonna leave you and go somewhere else in a heartbeat, and you're gonna struggle for the rest of your life because look at you. He did nothing wrong. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go heal. I love you.
Okay, what does it mean if I want a man who's like dominant and like rough, but also at the same time he's like sweet to me? Like, I hope I'm making sense. What is that called? Cause that's my type. That's what I want.
I don't like lustful, ran through men that prey on lover girls to get an ego boost, so this is how you're gonna make him miserable. You're gonna go ahead and tell everybody that he gets with his cousin or his sister and that you caught him doing this. You'll tell everybody this lie that you'll end up believing it too, and then also everybody else knowing this will make him unattractive to you. Go ahead and pour water underneath of him and make him look like he wet the bed in the morning. And then look down and be like, yo, did you wet the bed? He'll be like, no. Yeah, you did. You went pee-pee in the bed. He'll never fucking talk shit about you or do you wrong ever again because he knows that you will go around and tell people that he wets the bed. Get with him and just like never talk to him again. Like just go weeks without talking to him. He'll literally be like, yo, did I do something wrong? When he gets really close to you and is about to kiss you, just be like, do you smell that? And then he'll be like, and think his breath stank. And just go in his house and be like, do you smell that? And it's just like, he'll just think his house stinks too. Also, go ahead and spray conditioner down on the floor after you get a shower. And then the next time he gets in, he'll slip and bust his ass.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the men in your life, you know, the ones that you're spending all of your time just spinning your wheels, trying to get them to understand because they really just aren't grasping the gravity of the situation that's happening here, and they're hitting you with all of these like, but what's really going on? And like, I just don't understand why you're so upset. Yeah, those men, they understand. They do. They understand. They're not stupid. The fully grown man sitting across from you is not completely ignorant of everything going on around him in the world. He's not a fully functioning adult who can hold down a job, but he can't understand basic concepts when they're coming from the person he's in a relationship with. He understands. He is using the same tactic that men have been using for so fucking long because they know it lets them get away with shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea that would hurt you, babe. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. I had no idea that you cared about that. I'm so sorry. I had no idea that was your boundary. Oh, babe, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you didn't want to do that in bed. Why are you crying? Like, they understand. Not only do they understand, but please understand that when they use that tactic, instead of actually understanding you, it's not just that they don't understand or that they don't care enough. They do. They care, and they like it. Because you know the end of this means him no longer having to ask you what you like in bed, because you no longer have legal rights to it. He'd no longer have to listen to you rant or talk back, because you wouldn't have the right. And he likes that. So please, for the love of God, stop spinning your wheels, trying to explain humanity and empathy to men, thinking that their problem is that they don't understand, and if they just understood that they would care too. They won't, because they do. Their problem is not understanding. Their problem is low character, low humanity, and low empathy. And the sooner you can recognize that, the sooner you will stop wasting your energy and your humanity trying to give it to someone else.
Men will never cease to shock the fuck out of me, and they will never not have the audacity. Ever. I get DMs from, like, famous people or, like, professional athletes. Go look at my Instagram. It's just what's gonna happen. A lot of them do it on vanishing mode, and that shit's just icky to me, because I'm like, just say it with your chest, brother. I'm not selling this shit to TMZ. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck how much money you have or who you know or what you can do for me, because at the end of the day, the only thing you can do for me is steal the light behind my eyes. So I really don't care. And so he was, this fucking dude was messaging me, and like, vanishing mode, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm not answering. And then yesterday he's like, so when are we gonna watch Vinland Saga together? And I'm like, maybe when you take me off vanishing mode, you fucking weirdo. Like, what do you think this is? You know? And so he took me off vanishing mode, apologized, and was like, I didn't realize I did that. First of all, it's a lie. And then second of all, he goes, yeah, I just came home from being on tour or whatever the fuck they call it when they're gone for their fucking seasons. I don't even know. He said tour. I don't know. And so he goes, yeah, I came home to an empty house because my girlfriend left in the middle of the night without telling me. So what do? What's the first thing you do when that happens? You message me and probably like 14,000 other women. Maybe therapy should be what you do, actually. And then he proceeded to invite me to stay at his house for like the next week before he goes back on tour. Sir, the bed is still warm. Your girl's perfume is still in the air, and you are already inviting another bitch over me. No, I don't want to, and I'm not going to. Please, seek some therapy, seek some help. Because that is insane. I wonder why she left you. I'm racking my brain over here trying to understand why that woman left you. You sound like a fucking peach. You know.
I'm tired of being tired. This guy just stopped in the middle of traffic, pulled over just to get my number and talk to me. Cute as fuck, fine as fuck, right? Grown ass man. But then he's telling me like what he wants. And I'm breaking it down like all you want is somebody to fuck on, a relationship without actually being a relationship. But he was like, yeah, but I don't want to say it in that terms. I'm a realist. Say it for what it is or don't say nothing at all. I'm not for that. Like, why can't men, why they got so much commitment issues? They got a whole 3-year-old son. I don't like that. And it's always niggas with the broken homes, and that's just so much. I don't date. And people are so surprised when I say I don't have a roster, because why would I? It's like all these niggas are the same in different fonts. That gives me even more confirmation that I need to be working out and walking in expensive neighborhoods with black people with money, Hispanic people with money.
Nothing pisses me off more than when a man that looks like the shit on the bottom of my shoe is like, hey, can I take you out? Now, I'm not going to say I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I know I ain't ugly. Where the fuck did you get that idea that I would actually go out with you?
Dating a loser has such crazy ramifications on your life and your self-concept because nobody actually trains you how to have insane conversations that lack that much nuance. When you date a guy who doesn't think he's ever doing anything wrong and he never listens to anything that you say and he thinks he's perfect, it's like talking to a wall. You don't actually know how to fix anything. But also, you need male validation so bad so you stay. So then you're in this weird cognitive dissonance and you start doing insane shit, okay? It's in moments like that that women start creating like tests with secret little deadlines, like, he has till June 1st to surprise me. That's just your brain saying, I wish he was nice to me without me asking. That's it. But we don't hear it like that. I've never done that. Instead, I sit there and I wait till May 31st and then I'm mad at him. And he's like, why is she mad at me? And then when you try to explain, like, I wish you'd surprise me by June 1st, you sound crazy. But ultimately, what you wanted the whole time was just someone who thought about you when you weren't in front of them. And that's not going to happen with someone where every conversation is insane because they don't have the capacity to understand the nuance that you think is integral to a relationship. It's horrible. It's truly and honestly horrible. And you never know someone's a loser until you're having a conversation where you're like, am I asking you to be nice to me? Am I asking you to think about me when I'm not around? And why does this feel like a fight? Because I'm asking you to be nice to me. And then you realize you're dating a loser. And it happens to everybody. I hope it never happens to me again.
Are you ugly? If you are, please listen up because you could potentially help me out right now, okay? Where are the ugly guys at? Where they at, Joe? Because seriously, I've decided from this point onwards, I only want ugly men going forward. I don't want no pretty boy anymore, okay? Yes, that was my type. Yes, I fell for that trick once or twice or 3 times. And I'm not trying to do that again, okay? I've decided I want an ugly boyfriend. So if you are ugly, please let me know where you are. Because I'm coming to find you. Because I truly think that the ugly boys probably will treat me better than a pretty boy. And hey, we're all ugly in our own little ways and shapes and forms. But if you think you're ugly, then you're probably not ugly. But I just need someone to let me know, like, if you're ugly, and I'll test the waters because I think I'm just not having much luck with the pretty ones. And yeah, I think it's time that I kind of reshape things, kind of rethink my ideas, and I think this is the way to go about it.
If you're ever down bad, just remember I stayed with someone for like 5 years that cheated on me with numerous Walmart versions of me. And that's not just me saying something out of regression. That's people telling me that they were Walmart versions of me. Everyone knew. Stayed with someone that punched holes in the walls when he got jealous because I was getting attention. And by getting attention, I mean like maybe someone looking at me for a little longer than he deemed okay. Taped pictures of us from the ceiling hanging on balloons for his birthday. After knowing all of this. 5 years. And that didn't start on the 5th year. No. So don't feel bad. You know, we all make mistakes. Hopefully we learn from them.
No one will love you harder than a man who fumbled you, who outright fumbled you, broke your heart, made you look stupid, and gaslit you straight into psychosis. I swear, it's like, while he was the love of your life, you were just a crazy bitch. He was texting all his friends like, oh my God, I just can't with this girl. She's just such a stress in my life. If I just didn't have a girlfriend, life would be so much better. So finally, you free him from the shackles. You finally gain some self-respect and walk away, and you have to now build brick by brick everything that this man broke. And I don't know what it is. It's like, as soon as you start, I don't know, getting out there, building self-confidence, maybe have a new crush, this man awakes from his slumber. Literally, I need to get her back. I need to show up and be the man that I wasn't in our relationship. Like, you could have dated this man for years, but all of a sudden he's going to therapy. All of a sudden he's sitting there telling you about his attachment style and all these new things that he learned at the ripe age of 32 years old. I'm sorry, sir, that ship has sailed. I'm sorry, you cannot be calling my phone on a Saturday night. I'm actually out with my friends, and everyone's gonna wonder why on earth your phone number, your contact is popping up on my phone. Please don't do that.
Y'all are going to absolutely hate me when I tell you this, but please let me teach y'all the game. So boom, there was this guy that I was talking to and I never really liked him, but we were always cool. Well, all of a sudden, this man gets to acting super nonchalant with me. And ever since he's been acting super nonchalant, he's been in my head rent free, and I fucking hate that shit, y'all. So the other day, I'm on the phone with my sister, and I'm telling her about this man. And I'm explaining to her how this man has been in my head, living rent free, just taking up space in my head. So my sis asked me like, well, do you think you like this dude? And I'm like, I've been thinking about him so much, maybe I do like this dude. Then when I'm on the phone with her, there was a long pause, and my sister was like, bitch, you don't like this man. And then I'm like, you're right, I never liked this man. I don't like this man. But then there's another long pause, and I'm like, oh my God, do you know what it is? And she's like, what? I'm like, it's not that I like him. It's the fact that I want him to like me more than I like him. She's on the phone with me looking at me confused as hell, like, what the fuck is she talking about? And I'm trying to explain to my sister, like, that's it. It's the chase for me. I never liked this dude. But since he's been acting so nonchalant, it's giving me the idea that now I like him more than he actually likes me. So once I get this man back on my nuts, I won't have a desire for him anymore. It was always the chase. Then I'm sitting there on the phone with my sister, y'all, and I'm like, nah, it's not the chase. It's about me. It's always been about me. And now my sister's looking at me like I'm a fucking crazy person. And I'm trying to explain.
Most men just want to know they can. They will ask you for your number just to see if you will give it to them. They will DM you just to see if you will reply. They will ask you on a date just to see if you are willing to go with them. They have no true intention of actually pursuing you or doing right by you. They just want to know they can. They just want to know they can have access to you. They just want to know they could talk to you. They just want to know they could sleep with you so you could stroke their bitch ass, fragile, weak ass egos. They need to go run and tell their homeboys, look who I'm talking to. And once you acknowledge that the majority of men don't even actually like women, they just need approval from other men, and they need you to get the approval. They need some beautiful arm candy that carries herself well. You will stop, call the motherfucking wambulance. You'll stop crying over these bitch ass, loser ass men that can't even wipe their ass correctly. Like, it's really not that deep with them, right? It's more times than not a game. Of course, there are some men that actually love women and actually want to do right by them, but the percentage of that, very small. And that's why if he's not the motherfucking one, don't waste no time and don't waste no tears on him, okay? And the one will show you why he's the motherfucking one. And I promise you, you will be able to notice the difference between the one and the twos and the threes immediately. So unless he's the one, don't give no coochie to these men.
Don't give them no time and don't give them no attention. Okay? Okay, I love you guys. Bye. The men today are a little too feminine for me, baby. The fact that I can't even tell the difference between a straight and a gay man tells you all that you need to know. Why is a straight man wearing pearl necklaces? Why do you have more bracelet than I do? Why are your eyebrows more shapely and perfect than mine? What is going on? Why are y'all walking around carrying a man purse, but it's really just a purse, okay? Now I'm finally starting to see why women have always been into bad boys or the bad boy image. It's not that we really like bad boys. It's just that they embody masculinity. You know, like they drive fast cars, they have guns, they're not afraid to fight. True masculine energy. That's what women have always been into. But the men today, y'all are a little too zesty and a little too feminine, okay? I'm a girly girl, but I have no makeup on today. It took 10 minutes for me to get ready. These men literally look like they would take hours to get ready. That's not a man to me. And I get it. This is why we need fathers in a home, because a lot of y'all are being brought up and raised by single moms, single women. This is why I don't care if I get along with my child's father or not. He's always going to be in my son's life, because I'm not about to be having a zesty ass son, okay? No way. No way in hell.
Your man's heart should absolutely feel destroyed when he sees you cry. There is no reason when you're crying, you're emotional, and you feel hurt and heartbroken by whatever circumstance, your man just sits there. Or he's just silent. Or he just leaves you alone and has no idea how to help you. One of two things are going on when you deal with a man who does this. He's either emotionally unavailable and he has no idea how to show comfort. He doesn't know how to be there emotionally for himself or anyone else. He doesn't know how to show up, and that can stem from his childhood. And that's fine. Maybe that's something you can work on. In the long run, if it's something that just never gets fixed, you don't want to stay there and be his therapist and mommy and help him through that. Second one is he truly just does not care about you. And I've been with men that truly just did not care when I would be crying, when I would be heartbroken or hurt. They would just sit there. They wouldn't want to fix it. And you know it's that bad because men always want to fix. They always want to find a solution. So if you're with a guy that just sits there and truly doesn't care, he doesn't want to fix it or find that solution, you have to leave immediately. Because you don't want to deal with a guy where you could potentially be on your deathbed and his head is in the clouds and he doesn't have a care in the world.
Because here's the thing, for men, the psychological game, manipulating a woman's emotions, is more rewarding to them than the actual physical act itself. That's all you need to know about men. Okay, so men always like to sit here and say, oh my god, we're simple creatures, feed us, do that to us, and we'll be fine. That's not true. They are not simple creatures. They've never been simple creatures. Men lie. There's nothing straightforward or direct about that. Okay? Everything that they do is a lie. They say things to get things. They do things to get things. Nothing is ever just from the kindness of their heart. Okay? They do things because they know they're going to gain something from it. So if it was always just about the physical act itself, then they would go and find the physical act, okay? And they know where to go looking for that. But they don't go there, do they? No, they go to women like you. Yeah, women who want more. You actually want commitment. You actually want to be in a relationship. You actually want to be respected, okay? You want your energy to be matched and reciprocated. You want to feel stable with someone. You want to feel secure with someone. They go to you because that is rewarding. It's all about, can I conquer this woman? It's not about the physical act itself. It was never about that. So when men say things like, oh, we're just looking for fun. No, they're not. No, they're not. What they're actually saying is, I'm just looking to waste a woman's time. Okay? So every time you see a man saying, I'm just looking for fun, I want you to then ask him this question when he says this to you. I want you to say to him, okay, so quick question. Why are you not going for the women who are also looking for fun? Yeah, because they're out there. Very confused. Very confused why you've got on your dating profile looking for commitment, looking for something serious. Then when it comes to chatting to the woman, when you're actually having conversations with the woman, you say, oh, I'm just looking for casual. I'm just looking to have fun. Don't really want anything serious. But you're advertised as looking for something serious. Okay? Women, wake up, smell the coffee. Deny access to men. Trust me. You will live a very happy, fulfilling, whimsical life when you deny access to these men. When you stop believing their lies. When you stop falling into their little trap. When you stop taking the bait. Okay, everything that they say is a lie. It is a lie. It is a lie. That's why they're all quiet in my comments right now. No one gave me a proper answer. Nobody could give me a clear, direct answer and give me things to back it up because they have nothing to say. because it's about manipulating a woman's emotions. Because without emotions, men feel small. Yeah, they're very fragile. They're not like us. We can get validation from so many things, one of which being ourselves. They can't get validation for themselves. They don't know how to validate themselves. So they get validation from being with women. And if they go and be with the women who just want to have fun, they're not going to get the emotional satisfaction and validation from that woman, because that woman doesn't care about them. That woman doesn't give an F about them. And it makes them feel very irrelevant. And men hate that, because they will experience a loss of control. And then they will become destabilized, because if they're not relevant in a woman's life, that's it. Their whole sense of self collapses.